Welcome into the NESN Digital Studio for Football Now, presented by PolarFleece, the official uniform of New England. The Pats undefeated no more. The Patriots fell to the Baltimore Ravens on the road in Week 9 of the season. Lamar Jackson led his squad to a 37-20 victory. Jackson completed 17 of 23 passes for 163 yards and a touchdown, while carrying the ball 16 times for 61 yards and 2 scores. Tom Brady and Bill Belichick gave credit where credit was due and knows that the team needs to get better.
They played a good game. They made a lot of plays, offensively, defensively, and we just didn't match it. So,
just what I said. We've all got to do a better job. That includes everybody. So, period.
So the loss came at a good time, or a bad time, depending which side of the argument you're on. Some people think you need to get back to the drawing board and regroup, rest, the whole shebang, while others think you need to get right back out there. Well, the Pats are doing the first option. It's bye week. The guys practiced until Wednesday, now off until Sunday, with practice on Monday. But Wednesday brought the absence of 2 players. Here's what Zach Cox had to say about Ben Watson and Patrick Chung.
If I had to guess, it's probably just kind of giving them both some time off their feet. Patrick Chung has really been banged up for most of this season. He's already missed 2 games due to injuries. Only played 38% of snaps in Sunday's loss to the Ravens. Not quite sure if that was injury related or game plan related or a little bit of both, but it was probably a good day to just give him some additional rest, especially with the Patriots being off for the whole weekend.
Probably nothing to worry about with so much time to get back to playing form. Now, how did the Pats feel about the time off after a loss?
I think understanding, even during this break, by the time we get to the last couple of days is when I kind of try to watch a little bit of film and be ready to go. So I think understanding get away, but the work never ends.
I mean, a lot of guys are mentally and physically drained, but it's football. So it's things you got to deal with. So, it's going to give everybody a good time to be able to just go home, do whatever you want, just relax.
The next team that they see is the Philadelphia Eagles on the road. The Eagles are second in the NFC East. They're 5-4 on the season so far, also having a bye week before the matchup with the Pats. So 2 teams coming off a bye week. A bit of a change after seeing Lamar Jackson and the run. The Eagles have been a pass-first offense, but kind of interesting stat here. They're 21-2 when they've got over 120 yards rushing, and only 9-11 when they have 275 or more passing. Now let's get into some Carson Wentz stats, shall we? He's completed 63% of his passes so far. He has 15 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. And while the Pats have been off since Thursday until Sunday, one guy takes no days off very seriously. Let's send it to Doug Kyde, where he answers all of your burning questions from his mailbag.
Who's this? Do you see yourself in the monitor? Hello and welcome to this week's mailbag. I'm Doug Kyde. If you have a question for me, tweet it to me at Doug Kyde using the hashtag MailDoug, and I will try to answer it. First question here comes from Jeff Fuller, who asks, biggest concern for second half of the season, and what gives you the most optimism for the second half of the season? As far as biggest concern, I'll just use the umbrella term, the Patriots' run defense. It hasn't really been that strong over the last couple of weeks here. It was really exploited on Sunday night against the Baltimore Ravens when Mark Ingram and Gus Edwards and Lamar Jackson were really able to run against the Patriots defense. So that certainly needs to be solidified over the second half of the season. I think the Patriots have the pieces in place. They just have to figure some things out there. As far as most optimism, just the fact that the Patriots started the season 8-1. I mean, they are the best team in the NFL. Obviously, like I said, some things were exploited against the Ravens. Some issues kind of creeped up in that game, but I don't see them being long-term concerns. Some of those issues were just the fact that they were playing a team like the Ravens, and there's no other team in the NFL like the Ravens with a quarterback as fast as Lamar Jackson. They are going up against some mobile quarterbacks coming up here with Dak Prescott and Carson Wentz and Deshaun Watson, but they just aren't quite as fast and quite as dangerous as Lamar Jackson.
Now let's talk some social media. We found out that Gronk will be leading a team after all. Tweets were flying about Gronk joining CBS in the cast of a new show called Game On, in which he will lead a team against Venus Williams, where there will be sports questions and physical obstacles, with the host being friends from college star Keegan-Michael Key. And how about this? Gronk is teaming up with Tom Brady with TB12 and a new ice shaker bottle. And Gronk tweeted this, and enter Brady. Reunited, and it feels so good. People lost their mind, of course. And let's just put this to rest, guys. It's not happening. Let Gronk live his retirement life. And congratulations are in order for Julian Edelman, whose collab with Joe's Jeans happened on Thursday. Fun fact, we saw him leaving the locker room on Wednesday afternoon, and he had his launch party in NYC Wednesday night. Packed day for Jules. And that will do it for me. Thanks so much for tuning in and hanging out. We have the weekend off when it comes to the Pats, so enjoy the luxury of not stressing during 4 quarters, unless you're not doing so hot in your fantasy league. Bye, guys.